So here in NHA Nha Trang, so trying to find the old American airbase. There was a American airbase here that was operational for air combat training, essentially pilot training, during the Vietnam War. It was built by the French in '49. And then in the 60s, the US came in and took over operations when the French left. So Nha Trang is still sort of central, southern Vietnam. They opened a new airport and base down in Cam Ranh, I believe it's called, which is just south of here. They abandoned this base at that point. But the base it hasn't been built on. It's now a metropolis. Like, I'll just pan over for you. That's modern day Nha Trang. Beautiful beach destination. But I did some research and found old aerial photos of Nha Trang back in the day. So here's the pictures I dug up of Nha Trang Air Base, as well as some airplanes and helicopter that would have been used in the base. So here in Hughy, walking up the street on the north side of the Perfume River, about 4 kilometers up out of town, I came across this, which is some interest to me. I tried to research where some of this stuff was, but it doesn't come up. They moved this stuff. It was in the Citadel, and they moved it here to some obscure location. There's no labeling on any of it, but I'll try and do my best to try and identify this equipment for you. So I'm standing in front of a Hughy helicopter, which was the heart and soul of the Vietnam War for the Americans. It enabled them to be mobile. There's no roads, very few roads through the jungle, so the Hughy helicopter was critical it was one of the first wars actually that was fought with a helicopter as the predominant personnel transport. So here it is. An actual Hughy. Looks like it was abandoned and pulled right off. There's even a machine gun sitting right here, as you can see. And super basic piece of equipment. The gunner's position right there with the handle and the trigger there. Towards the end of the war, it's my understanding that they literally pushed these off the back of ships to make room for personnel that were being evacuated out of South Vietnam. So here's the Hughy, the actual helicopter that was used as a primary source of transport during the Vietnam War. Pretty cool piece of equipment. So this is, I believe this to be a Bell helicopter. Yeah. The 212, the Bell 212 is a rendition of it with a second motor. I believe these were single motors. Double rotor, single motor. So there it is, guys. The Hughy helicopter. And this one has no bullet holes. Quite remarkable for being left over. But I'm going to go up into the cockpit here. And if you notice at the back, over there, there's actually a winch there. with a hook. I'm assuming for rappelling people down into the jungle. And the gunner's position there too, which is kind of cool too. Okay, so that's the Hughy helicopter, US Air Force. Just sort of randomly, this equipment is just sort of laid in here in amongst the apartments. No entrance fee, no nothing, nobody even here. Just laying here as a forgotten part. I noticed though there's lots of fully riveted hay, and lots of patches. If you notice, there's patches everywhere on it. I'm not sure whether those were patched gun holes or just aluminum fatigue that were patched, or access areas. I noticed there's a striker at the back here too for landing. Anyways, very cool piece of equipment. Okay. And also it's a rigid, I believe them to be rigid skids, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think the fuselage pivots on the skids. Like the Bell 429 actually pivots on the skids, so when the helicopter lands like on a ship or something, it can pivot or on uneven ground. But I believe these were rigid skid helicopters. And here's the tie down points too, I assume, right here. Tie downs. And in the NHA Trang US airbase, I shot footage there, and you'll see in the ground I shot where all the anchors were. I'm assuming to secure the helicopters to the tarmac, because there's quite a lot of wind there in the Trang. Anyways, very cool piece of equipment. Relics of the war. Again, I just want to point out that I'm not a historian, I'm not a pilot. I don't really know much about aircraft. Although in my work, I have worked around lightly worked around helicopters. In the work that I do, we use helicopters in certain operations. And I have spent some limited time around helicopters and in helicopters. In the high Arctic, the high Canadian Arctic. Okay, so there's the Hughy, single engine, old Hughy. So I believe, again, I'm not 100% sure, but just from watching documentaries and stuff and a little bit of research, I believe this is a Cessna Dragonfly, a US military Cessna Dragonfly. Remarkably small plane in person. So here it is. I believe this is the machine gun mount on the front here. And I believe those are fuel reserves out on the wing. It looks like 4 bomb mounts on the wing. Very low to the ground, actually. When you actually check this out, let me just adjust. This is tricky. Okay, when you actually look at it, like, we're talking about a couple feet off the ground. Like, if you look at the wheel, still spins and everything. If you look at the wheel, a foot, 2 feet, so call it like 3 feet on the very outside off the ground. That's not very high off the ground. It's a very small plane, jet, propelled, and I don't know if you can hear that, but it's not made of much, let me tell you. Pretty thin stuff. And pretty small target to hit, really. I like the way the engines are mounted, the jet engines, like, kind of mounted into the body, like, very flowing, nice shape to it. Quite a bit of engineering there, aeronautical engineering there. Get the airflow right, I suppose. Compared to the Raider beside it, this thing is very finesse. I'm sure, again, I'm pretty sure those were fuel tanks on the wings. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what those were. And they might have even been droppable. I'm not sure. They might have been able to release those too, hey? But I'll give you a peek in the cab. I can't climb up there, but I'll get you up there. So I believe that to be the Cessna Dragonfly fighter jet, air-to-air combat jet, perhaps, I think is what it is. I wanted to get in and take a look, so I found where it's actually is. It was very close to the beach, so it's actually like right at the back of town. I think it's kind of forgotten, but here, check this out. This is the corrugated metal fence around this said Air Force base, abandoned Air Force base. So I'm gonna try and just slip in as an unknowing tourist. I found this little hole in the fencing here. So I was able to slip in to the inside of the fencing. So here it is. This is the old US air base. What's left of it. So I'm gonna kind of take a walk around. And you can see there's old buildings over there. And just kind of investigate a bit what the heck is going on in here. So there'll be all sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, I see blacktop already. I see. Very interesting stuff. It's interesting how it's all gone and forgotten, right? Yeah, in the search for history, I see they have it all cordoned off. It's probably still part of their military infrastructure because it's not built. If you notice, there's no buildings. There's city all around it. Like, check it out. But yeah, here's some blacktop. Wow. There it is, man. There's blacktop. Yeah, this is it. This was the old runway. Or what I assume is the old runway. In NHA Trang or NHA Trang or Nha Trang, which I tried to find the translation of in Vietnamese, and it's like white home or white sandy home is a massive beach here. It has strategic location. You know, it's got ocean on one side, mountains on the other side, so it's ideal, and a river on one side too. So it's kind of a good strategic spot. So here we are. This is one of the barracks here behind me, or one of the buildings from it. I'm just gonna do a walk around, but here's the blacktop, some part of the runway here. It stretches way down there. I'm gonna walk down there too, but Yeah, these are some of the buildings, some of the infrastructure that was here during that time. I believe it's still owned by the military here, I believe. So it's still a structure. Oh, look, there's chickens and everything grazing back there, pecking away. So people are, it's great. It's so resourceful, the Vietnamese people. Oh, a big goose too. Very cool. It's funny how they, anyways, this is, yeah, I don't know what buildings, if someone sees this that was actually here during that time, it'd be nice to know what this all was. I found aerial maps, but it doesn't say what the buildings were. It wasn't detailed. But yeah, this is the, oh, bullet holes too. Interesting. Yeah, right there. Those are bullet holes, man, if I've ever seen them. Down there too. Interesting. Whether it was just target practice or whether that was actually part of, I'm not sure how the whole leaving went. The Americans left, and I'm not sure whether they took the base by force or whether they just basically bailed out and it was a calm takeover. Yeah, there appears to be lots of bullet holes, man. Huh, interesting. Yeah. Those are concrete plugs, but I wonder, eh? You can sort of see it was French built by these pillars. Sort of colonial style of build. Lots of concrete. Oh, look over here too. Check this out. So this must have been like a maintenance bay, like the engineering end of the infrastructure here. Because look at this, there's a ramp for doing oil changes. Super cool, man. And some sort of stand or concrete base here. Huh, those almost look like toilets, honestly. Yeah, they are. That was a toilet. Yeah, that was a toilet in there. So those were heads. Huh. I'm kind of wandering aimlessly because I don't really know the layout, hey? Of the old base. Just looking for clues and hints. So here's another structure. I'm not sure what that means. I could get my Translate app out, but maybe someone who's Vietnamese could tell me. Lots of concrete, man. I'm just looking like there's, yeah, there's bullet holes, hey? Look at all this. That's definitely a bullet hole, bullet hole, bullet hole, bullet hole. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know whether this was taken by force or just the Americans left in, you know, as we know from history. Sorry, just setting up. The Americans left in a bit of a hurry. They didn't really have time to pack their bags, so to speak. Yeah, they literally air-vaced out of the embassy. Ooh, there's something in the bush there. I'm always cognizant of snakes and stuff in this terrain. Yeah, they didn't really pack their bags, or they left a lot of their infrastructure behind. Pushed, you know, from what I gather and see, pushed aircraft, helicopters off the back of their ships to make room. They really left in a big hurry and air-vaced off the embassy in a final, trying to take as many South Vietnamese collaborators with them as they could, but a lot, unfortunately, were left behind. So it's interesting. Oh, here comes a guy. He's going to tell me to leave probably, but hello, how are you? Yeah, so there's lots to see here. Like, there is this ramp here, which is kind of interesting, that was used for some sort of a thing, right? Some sort of loading something, or there may be a truck loading thing or something. I don't know what this was. This is some sort of a bit of a lookout of some sort, hey? Yeah, interesting. So this is at the opposite end. I came across this building. Again, not sure what this was actually used for and the vintage of this. It's got some newer type building. It's not that colonial style pillars. I'll just give you a quick look. It doesn't look colonial to me. It doesn't look built by the French. It looks more modern. Perhaps the South Vietnamese built it. Hard to say, but there's bullet holes on the wall. Check that out. That's definitely grouping there. Someone looks like target practice, actually. If you look at the grouping of it, just looks like they were banging off bullets for some target practice. Lots of bullet holes though. Very interesting. Looks like a water cistern there too. That's some old wall there for sure. Oh look, it's got the star. Check it out. It's got the I mean, the French were here first. I believe they built this airstrip. And then, of course, as I said, the U.S. Used it for... I believe the U.S. may have trained the South Vietnamese in aerial combat. Interesting, all this tape. Footage tape. Look at this. That's kind of interesting, too. Is it? Or is it masking? What is that? No, it's real tape. Check it out. That's old real tape. Old camera footage. Interesting. Oh, look at these. Look at these in the ground. Those look like they would have been tie downs for helicopters, hey? Perhaps. Yeah, look at that. Or for tents. Don't forget that that the Americans, like, they lived in tents, man, here. My understanding and the footage I saw. So, again, if someone knows more about this, leave it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, there's more buildings there. Interesting. Ah, and there's people actually living in some of the back buildings. Lots of concrete, man. Lots of blacktop. Hidden away. It's funny how this is like in the center of Nha Trang. Like, this is literally in the center. Oh, look, they got laundry. So the people are just squatting in these old barracks, hey? Interesting. Looks like that one was blown out by something, hey? And the communist star again up above the windows. Up above the windows, the communist star. Huh. Yeah. What a piece of history. Forgotten, hey? Man, there's all sorts of stuff in the bushes here. Again, I'm not entirely sure whether this is like... Yeah, I mean, it was fenced off. Those look like toilets for sure. And then more infrastructure back here. Probably a shower house or something. A water cistern. I don't know how American this is though, or French. It could be. But interesting. Yeah, an old well, it looks like, eh? And more blacktop. See, that also looks like it was blown in. It could have been lights removed, actually. Hard to say. But definitely, if you look down, it's all blacktop, overgrown. So this was definitely part. This is colonial. This is definitely colonial, this one. No doubt about that. And again, there's, oh yeah, I don't know if they are or not, but okay, poking around the Nha Trang U.S. Air Force Base. This looks like a front entrance actually to something, or an office. Interesting. Whatever this means here too. So, yeah, this looks like a bit of a piece of military, I gotta see here, military structure there too. Looks like a guardhouse perhaps there. More blacktop. Lots of concrete that's been destroyed too. Wonder what's inside of it. .308 Chuang. Not sure what that means. I'm not gonna go in the grass. I have a deep paranoia of snakes. I don't care for snakes. I can't shake that one, so. Yeah, there's a doorway in there too. Going up. And there's a big structure over there too. Geez, I wish I was here with someone that had knowledge, who was here during these times. Be sure interesting to get their take on what it looks like now. This is on the western, southwestern corner of the base, it looks like. Yeah, the southwestern corner. This probably was the perimeter road, maybe. So, just along the concrete at the airbase, there's all these concrete roads that offshoot into what's now bush. I'm pretty positive that these were like camp areas around the perimeter. Again, I could be wrong, but it sure looks that way. There's evidence of it. There's also drainage. If you look, there's like concrete, there's concrete here, and then there's drainage here going through between the concrete slabs. So, oh yeah, look, there's drainage around the perimeter too, right here. Yeah, so that would have been for runoff rain there, for keeping all this blacktop from completely flooding out, I suppose, hey? Yeah, the trees aren't very old here. A lot of low shrubs, jungle type stuff. So, yeah, I'm betting that the perimeter was perhaps camps or whatever. When I saw footage, I did see tents everywhere. But this is all like blacktop. All of this is blacktop grown over. So this was freaking massive, man. Like, this is a big territory. I don't know how long it is, but a few kilometers anyways. I hope you can hear. The wind is really bad. I got a set of mics I got to learn how to use. I got to get them out, figure it out. I've been packing them around with me, you know, and just dubbing with them later, but I should figure it out. Sure interesting for me anyways. Yeah, the French, they sure built the infrastructure, hey? And I think the Americans added to it too, is my bet. You know, a whole lot of money. Man, the money back in the heyday. I keep expecting to get pulled, or you know, for someone to come and tell me to get the hell out of here. Yeah, in the heyday, there was so much money put into all this. It was just crazy to think about the actual finances involved in building all this infrastructure, not to mention the ships, the helicopters, like holy moly. Yeah, check this out. There's a runway for shore. And then swinging around, it goes that way too, hey? And I see someone's growing a garden here and living in the center of this whole base, or what used to be the base. That's pretty cool. They're taking advantage of the structures. I wish I knew what that means. I'm betting it means stay out, but I could be wrong. Look how they use twigs and sticks to create shade for the plants, right? To grow. They create a shady area. That's pretty cool. Oh look, that looks like, oh, I thought that was Russian writing. Upside down, maybe. But. So this was all infrastructure in the middle of the airport. I wonder if it was a traffic control base. Could have been. There's concrete right there too. Huh. Very interesting. Yeah, very resourceful people, the Vietnamese. I wish we were so resourceful back home, utilizing everything. All the logging infrastructure that's just simply left behind. But I suppose you can't win them all, hey guys? Okay, I'm going to turn you off. There's a suspicious looking vehicle coming that looks kind of military. Okay, the Vietnamese love their checkpoints. They're very friendly. They're like, oh yes, yeah, go ahead. But nonetheless, try to be somewhat respectful, I suppose, to it. But actually, that was a guy in a uniform in that vehicle, giving me sort of a weird look. Okay, here. Okay. Successfully negotiated the checkpoint. There's actually nobody there. I'm gonna go find some shade and drink about a gallon of water. Don't forget, it's been I've been out in that airstrip now for 2.5 hours or so walking. It's really big, and you know, holy moly, it's, you know, like 30 degrees out here. I'm pretty used to the weather now though. I'm gonna sit here. Oh, hello, doggies. Hello, doggies. Hello, my friends. Hello, hello. Hello. It's okay. It's okay. My friends. Everybody is friends here. Yeah. Okay, that's it for me. I'm gonna drink some water and you know, it's almost pork o'clock and beer o'clock, so pork and noodle o'clock and beer o'clock. So it's later in the afternoon here. So yeah, I'm gonna do a whole video on the Trang. I found some cool stuff on the waterfront that were from the war too. Anti-amphibious invasion tactical stuff that they set up on the beach that they just bulldozed to the corner after the war. But it's pretty clear it was military infrastructure. Okay, talk to you guys later. So there was a checkpoint. That was the first gate. I'll swing around the other way, the sun. That was the gate, first gate for the corrugated fencing, but there was actually a full checkpoint. And the guy had a machine gun and said, and a bulletproof vest on, and said, no foreigner. How you get in here? I said, oh, just wandered in. Lost. And he said, oh, no problem. Go back from the way you came. This way is all military. Foreigner not allowed. So I got another 3-kilometer walk. Serves me right, eh? He was very nice about it. So I'll have a scenic walk all the way down the airstrip and find my entry point. And then, yeah, that cold beer will taste all so much better. And I'll get another exercise in. Bit more exercise, which is great. So yeah, got 7k or 8k in now, so yeah, that's the deal. He was very nice about it, no doubt. Just pointed out that can't go this way, bud. So okay, we'll leave it at that. So, still on the airstrip walking after being turned around by the machine gun guy. But check this out. So, there seems to be blue painted or some sort of paint coloring, but there's these tie down or these anchors everywhere. Like, there's one there, and then 10 feet apart there's another one with some stuff there, but and then these. Another tie down. Another tie down. And remnants of tie downs. Another tie down. I'm not sure. Honestly, they may have been for tents. You know? They may have been for tents, I don't know. Or they could have been for helicopter blades. Don't forget, this war that was here was fought by Hughys a lot. Helicopters played a major role in this war. Anyway, it's just interesting. Another tie down. And it's blue colored. Maybe it was tents in here, I don't know. But it's right by the main runway. Okay. Also, there's these large holes. Not sure what they were all about, but there's these sort of ditch. Maybe it was just drainage or sewer. Maybe it was sewer, I don't know. Big hole here too. And yeah, trying to find my way out. Trying to find the hole in the network. The hole in the network. I think this is it, folks. This is the hole. I think. Yep, this is it. This is where I came in. Okay, here we go. So that's it for the old Nha Trang Air Force Base. Or what's left of it. Okay.